Hello YouTube people, my name is ANZA-T. Today I am coming to you with my first what do they call this, mukbangs, yeah, that so I'm gonna be eating in front of you. Y'all are just gonna watch me enjoy some food. It's payback time. I've always watched this and I've always watched them hungry, so yeah. So today we're going to start a new series. I plan to post 3 videos for this series. It's called unhealthy relationships. So I'll be speaking from experience, some things I've read about. I've watched some videos on relationships and whatnot. Some I've just observed while growing in life. So stay tuned to the rest of the and watch the rest of the video. And what I'll be eating today, I just have a roll, a bun or something, and then some hot wings, and then I'm drinking some cranberry juice there. Cranberry juice, yeah. So let's get into the video. The background, don't mind the background. I'm in the lab. It's a Saturday, so I just woke up and did some shopping, and then I came to the lab because I have lots to do. Schoolwork, guys, it's not ending. So how I'm gonna start this video is I'm gonna give you a quote that has really helped me notice that the relationships that I'm in are sort of unhealthy. So there's a saying by the late Pastor Miles Monroe, which says where the purpose of a thing is unknown, abuse is inevitable. So what this means is that if you don't know the purpose of a certain thing, you're most likely to abuse it. So what I've realized with the relationships that I've been in, my previous relationships, whatnot, I think it's really rude for people to eat on camera, but I'm gonna try and do this. So what I've realized with my previous relationships is that whenever it didn't go well, it's either me and the person never had that conversation that this is what we're doing and this is what we expect from each other. So imagine you have sort of like a new pen and you don't know how this pen works, and then you just start fiddling with it. What would normally happen is that you will break it before you can even use it to the best of its potential. So what happens in relationships is that we don't communicate about the things we need, and we don't sort of like lay out the purpose of this relationship. For example, you might get into a relationship thinking, now I want this long term, I'm seeing marriage, and then this guy, and now he's just seeing something he's willing just to experience for a couple of months. But because you never like sat and spoke about it, you know, your purposes of why you are in that relationship will sort of clash, and then what ends up happening is that one of you guys is gonna be broken. Like what I've seen is that when I go into the relationship, I go in hardcore, you know, I already see myself walking down the aisle, and then you find that I'm dating this guy, you know, he just wants to take me to a couple of dates and, you know, does what he needs to do and run. And then when he comes, and then as the relationships progress, he finds that I want something more solid, and then those relationships just fail. So I end up getting into these unhealthy relationships because I expect more from the relationship than what the other party is willing to give me. So in the beginning of a relationship, it is always important to have that conversation. Bruh, this is me, this is what I want, do you think we can do this? Because if no solid foundation is laid, whatever you're trying to build, it won't be buildable, you know. If you're trying to make if you are trying to build a double story and the foundation can only hold a shack, that is going nowhere quickly or slowly. Yeah, guys, chicken is salty. I can't. Yeah. So now for this first series, we are just talking about that if you don't lay the I don't want to say ground rules of a relationship, because ground rules can really make a relationship boring, but to make sure that you're not in an unhealthy environment, in an unhealthy relationship where you might find yourself crying all the time. You just have to make sure that you and your person are on the same page. You sort of need to make sure that you have the same goals, you have the same pride. So what I've also learned about this dating life and whatnot, as a Christian girl or as a Christian brother, whatever, you sort of have to bring that to the table very early, very early, because that is one area that you can clash fast. Like if your belief system is not the same as the other person's belief system, you're gonna clash. So communication is key about your values, your beliefs, the way you do things. It is good to compromise in a relationship, but it's often so hard to compromise on your values. It's hard to compromise on your beliefs. It's hard to compromise on the things that are expected from like a Christian person, let's say, or whatever religion you are. So not to put yourself in awkward situations, always come out about your serious values. And yeah, because you will often feel bullied if your partner wants you to do certain things, and they're sort of hard for you because they are like, your beliefs are here, they are here. So communicating and communicating. Yeah, this food is nice. Besides the salt, the food is nice. I like really chili food. And another reason why you should sort of like establish the purpose of your relationship while you're still starting off, like in the early days of your dating, maybe a month or so, whatever you think is suitable for you, is that when you know what the other person is bringing to the table, right, you sort of know, should I get out of this way early before any emotional attachments, any other type of attachments that we won't talk about now. You can sort of decide if I need to invest in this, if I need to, sorry, we're eating, if I need to get out of this early before it goes any further. And I think that's a really good strategy in life, because imagine after investing like a year or two in a relationship, you realize your goals are here, his goals are here, or her goals are here, and your goals are here. Then you've just wasted 2 years of your life, where else you could have just wasted a month or a couple of weeks. And you know, I don't think at this age we should be dating people who do not know what they want in relationships. That makes things hard. If you just want a Netflix and chill, tell me you want a Netflix and chill. If a Netflix and chill is not what I want, I keep it pushing. There's there are plenty of people who are looking for Netflixes and chills. There are people who are looking for short-term relationships. If I want a relationship that's gonna lead into marriage, I will tell you that is my goal. I am not putting you under pressure that we are going to get married next year. No, I'm saying I'd rather approach this relationship in a way that we have an end vision, that one day we might get married, and not to sort of like make your whole relationship so heavy, you know, now we only think about marriage and whatnot. But maybe let me not say we are thinking of marriage, but we are thinking of something more long term. Because if a person is looking for 1 week long relationship, and when you're looking for 2 years, when that week comes, that person is gonna start treating you like nonsense, right? Because they're done with what they wanted from you, okay? And then when you still want to keep clinging on them, and you sort of create this environment, I need you, I need you, I need you, I need you. You are always chasing after them, you're always chasing after them. But if you had communicated, Sissy way, I want a long-term relationship, Sissy way, I don't want a long-term relationship, y'all could have started it well, y'all could have ended it while things need to be ended. And one thing about unhealthy relationships that I also want to share in this episode, a lot will be shared in the other episodes. This is like an introduction episode. One thing I also want to say about unhealthy relationship, for a relationship to be unhealthy, it's not always one way. Like, you know, when ladies say they're in unhealthy relationships, it's always the guy who's wrong. But I'm gonna put it in another way. When a relationship is unhealthy, both the parties, you, him, or you, her, you are both contributing factors into this unhealthy thing. Why do I say that? So, for the least contributing part, right, the one that's getting broken the most, when you realize that something is unhealthy for you, when you realize that the relationship is not serving anything in you, the relationship is not building you, the relationship is taking more from you than it is serving any good in your life, you need to take the exit. You need to take the door out. But most of us, we sort of are reluctant to move out of these relationships because now what will people say? I was in a relationship with this guy, now I just leave him. Sissy way, you don't owe anyone, or booty way, you don't owe anyone an explanation why you get out of a relationship. If it is hurting you, if it is taking emotional strain on you or physical strain on you, you need to take the exits and leave. Don't just take the back seat and hope things will change for the good. Sometimes you can try and save it, talk to people, get some counseling or whatever. And you know, us as black people, we also do not like to talk to other people. And I understand where that comes from, because normally when you talk to other people, they spread your news, they gossip about you and whatnot. But find someone reliable, a pastor, an older person, talk about that. That is obviously the the last resort when you've tried to talk to your partner about a problem that you have. Once that doesn't work, take the exit, run, because things that drain you emotionally, we don't want anyone committing suicide. An unhealthy relationship is not worth it. Let me tell you that. Take the exit. So the other party, of course, is at fault, might be at fault because they're doing things that are making the other party feel, maybe the other party is feeling neglected because you're no longer spending time with them. You might be seeing other people during that course of the relationship. You might be abusing them emotionally or whatever, but it is always two parties. You need to realize that when a relationship is going wrong, there's someone doing wrong to another person, right? And there's this other person who's too dumb to leave. Let me put it that way, harshly that way, because when you realize a relationship is unhealthy, leave or seek consultation with someone you trust. And then if that relationship is unfixable, exit. Okay? And then the last point, and we wrap up because my food is almost dire. So my last point in this video is trust your gut, trust your instinct. You know when something is wrong, you know when something is not good for you anymore. Trust that and leave that. You know, often like when you're being cheated on and when someone is no longer interested in you, you see signs, and oftentimes, as cliche as this sounds, we choose to ignore it, which is not the right thing to do. Your gut or your instinct is there for something. Let's listen to it. In later videos, I'll even tell you on how once I called a side chick, and told her where to get off. But inside of me, there was something that was just saying, girl, you are crazy. You are stupid. You should be leaving this relationship right now. But I decided to stay for like 6 months or so. And those were the worst 6 months of my life. Like I was going like what's happening to me at that time. So once you see the signs that things are wrong, things are out of place, address it with your partner. If things are not changing up, leave. Okay, now I'm not saying relationships should be disposable like 2 seconds. You always try to fix things. When things are unfixable, we do the just and the right thing, and then we remove ourselves from this unhealthy thing. So to wrap up my video, I am saying to you, if a relationship is not serving you, if it is not building you up in any way, if it's taking more from you, and if it's adding pain than joy into your life, of course relationships won't be roses and flowers every day, but you know, we have our battles that we can fight, not battles that lead we can't be emotionally abused and just stay. We can't be physically abused and stay. When a relationship is unhealthy, let's seek help and let's leave if it is possible. And that's all from me. I'm gonna continue finishing my food and eat in an uncute way. And remember, always establish the purpose of why you are into that relationship earlier than later. Let's save ourselves time. Please like, subscribe, comment below, and let's be interactive. So if you guys are interactive in the comments, it will make the next episodes on this unhealthy relationship talk thing very easy, because I'll sort of know what you guys want to hear, and you can sort of suggest what I can do. Maybe next time I won't eat, maybe I'll do my makeup next time, or maybe I'll just sit still. Okay, goodbye, and thank you very much for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment, and follow me on my social media pages, which I will link down in my description box. I love you very much, and thank you for 200 subscribers. You guys are amazing, man.